evening and welcome. You're watching this special broadcast, the West Bengal Election Yatra. Right now, we've reached Nandigram. You can see behind me, we are standing at a checkpost, the static surveillance team of the Election Commission at Nandigram, second block. You've got a CCTV camera. You've got quite elaborate, security arrangements right here. Usually, what happens is that if they detect any stranger car, a car which is not from the administration. For instance, these cars that you see right now belong to the administration, so they will not be stopped. These are police vehicles. But for any other vehicle, will be checked right here very, very thoroughly. Now, why this is happening? Number one, protocol. It happens in all elections, but particularly in Nandigram, because of the volatility and the nature in which the politics is happening in Nandigram. What a fierce battle this has become. In fact, even now, you have all sorts of comments flying around, whether it is about Mamata Banerjee's Gotra or a counter-attack, all in the name of Nandigram. This is a high-stakes battle between Shubhendu Adhikari as well as Mamata Banerjee, but more importantly, a battle between two personalities, Narendra Modi as well as Mamata Banerjee. Whoever wins Nandigram wins a prestige battle, and perhaps that can have an impact on the other phases as well. Just to give you a sense of how this battle of Nandigram was fought, let's tell you how acerbic it had become. What all happened and what all comments were made, particularly comments that could be termed communal in nature. How did politics in West Bengal lead into speeches that were communal? Let's take a look.
আমি ত্রিপুরেশ্বরী মন্দিরে পুজো দিতে গিয়েছিলাম। সেদিন আমার সাথে যারা ছিলেন তারা জানেন, আমাকে জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলেন পুরোহিত মহাশয়, মা তোমার গোত্রটা কি? আমি বলে ফেলেছিলাম মামাটি মানুষ গোত্র। আজকেও তিনি যখন আমায় জিজ্ঞেস করলেন, আমি বললাম দেখুন আমার তো একটা পার্সোনাল গোত্র আছে, সেটা সান্ডিল্য, কিন্তু আমি মনে করি আমার গোত্র মামাটি মানুষ গোত্র। আমার পুজোয় যদি মানুষের ভালো হয় সেই পুজোটাই আমি দিই, আমি মামাটি মানুষের পুজো করি।
मोदी जी के डर से, चुनाव हारने के डर से गोत्र पता थी। अब तो मुझे लगता है कि ममता दीदी अब आपको मुझे बता दें कि कहीं रोहिंग्या और घुसपैठियों का गोत्र भी तो सांडिल नहीं है। ममता दीदी डर गई है।
आज के কতগুলো ছেলেকে শিখিয়ে দিয়েছে হিন্দু মুসলমান করে দাও নন্দীগ্রামে। কতগুলো ছেলেকে শিখিয়ে দিয়েছে যাও গিয়ে হিন্দু মন্দিরে গিয়ে একটু মাংস ফেলে এসো যাতে দাঙ্গা লাগানো যায়। কেন করবে? আমরা বুঝি হিন্দু ঘরের লোক নই? তুমি হিন্দু মুসলিম করতে এসছো। আমরাও হিন্দু ধর্ম করি, আমরাও মুসলিম ধর্ম করি, আমরাও শিখ ধর্ম করি, আমরাও খ্রিস্টান ধর্ম করি, কিন্তু আমাদের একটা সিস্টেম আছে। আর হঠাৎ করে গেরুয়া একটা ড্রেস পরে কপালে ত্রিপট লাগিয়ে সে যেন কত বড় মহাপুরুষ হয়ে গেছে। বাপরে বাপরে।
दादा अभी हमने सुना आपका स्पीच, आपने तो ममता बनर्जी को बेगम बना दिया।
हाँ, बेगम ही तो है। कलमा पढ़ रही है।
गाड़ी গুলো আপনারা একটু সাইড করে নিন।
कलमा हिंदू मंत्र स्तोत्र गलत और कलमा सही।
दीदी कह रही हैं, आज ही कहा है कि आप कम्युनल कार्ड खेल रहे हैं।
कौन?
दीदी ने अभी कहा कि आप
कम्युनल कार्ड उन्होंने खेला है।
तो आपने कहा इधर अब्दुल कलाम और उधर दूसरा कोई कुछ लोग।
हाँ, अफजल गुरु का खिलाफ है। आप एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम को हम लोग प्रणाम करते हैं।
तो आप क्या कहिएगा ममता बनर्जी?
ममता बनर्जी बंगाल को बांटा। एपीजमेंट पॉलिटिक्स उन्होंने बंगाल में स्टार्ट किया, लेकिन पुरोहित को नकार दिया। 5 लाख पुरोहित है बंगाल में।
All right, joining us right now is Rajya Sabha MP of the Trinamool Congress, Mr. Derek O'Brien. Good evening, sir. Welcome to our broadcast. We are broadcasting from Nandigram. It's a high-stakes battle. But, there is an allegation and a counter-allegation. You accuse the BJP of making this communal, and the BJP said that it's the Trinamool Congress that started it with Muslim appeasement. Now, do you think that this is unfortunately the reality of elections in West Bengal? Discussion along religious lines.
We always believe that this election in West Bengal will be fought on the grounds of what the health card which Mamata Banerjee government has given people the student credit card for educational loans of 4%, the tripling of farmer income after making the promise of tripling it, of touching lives on health, on education. No other state has built more kilometers of roads in the whole country than Bengal. Bengal is number one for MSME, not because I'm saying so, but because the Government of India figures tell you so. Number one for ease of doing business, and under so many parameters, especially health, education, infrastructure, and other fantastic schemes which the center have copied. They've copied two of our schemes. Like the Kanyashree became Beti Bachao 2 years later, but ours is a better scheme. And our health card scheme started 3 years before the Ayushman Bharat. Now, BJP have conceded the first half of the match. They've lost this on development. So the second part, which the BJP have zipped their mouths up, at least for the moment, they shouldn't.
Okay, we're going to go back to Mr. Derek O'Brien. I believe that there is a technical error. We'll quickly fix this. Let me quickly introduce Mr. Chandra Bose also, who's also with us. Mr. Chandra Bose, while we fix that line on Mr. Derek O'Brien, I want to come to you now. The allegation is that you're trying to make it communal, you're trying to make it about Hindu and Muslim, you're trying to make this about appeasement, whereas the actual issues on the ground and the actual voting on issues on the ground is going to be on development. And that's an area where you will not be able to trump the TMC. How do you respond, even in Nandigram?
You see, the politics of Bharatiya Janata Party, if you recall, in 2014, when Narendra Modi ji ushered in the NDA government, the issue was development. The issue was anti-corruption drive. The issue was Vikas. It is very clear in our minds. Now today, appeasement politics, various political parties since independence, they have encouraged such politics. But that is not the politics of Bengal. I appreciate what my learned friend Derek O'Brien stated, that it is about development. It is about making Bengal one of the first states of our country. So where is the question of religion? You see, appeasement politics, if you recall, it is Mamata Banerjee who did not allow the Durga Puja immersion on Muharram Day. But history tells us that in Bengal, Durga Puja immersion was always held on Muharram Day without any problem whatsoever. We had to seek a High Court order to conduct the Durga Puja immersion. So appeasement politics of a particular community has always been encouraged by Mamata Banerjee and the Trinamool Congress.
What's most important what's most important over here is whether what you're saying is actually going to click with the voters or not. See, because when you speak to the voters, Mr. Derek O'Brien, now I've been told, is back with us. Mr. Derek, see, when you speak to the voters, they will always say, our issues are that we want employment, chakri, as they say in your language, right? But then the poll rhetoric is something totally different. So do you think that the poll rhetoric is going to trump the voters' expectations, or is the voter going to trump the political expectations?
Well, firstly, I was given to understand, Mr. Upadhyay, that this was a one-on-one interview, and now you photobombed a BJP spokesperson on me. But I'm not the one who would complain.
No, just to let me quickly tell you, if you allow me, we lost your audio and video connection, and as is the nature of the broadcast, we had to move on. And now that we've been told that you are back, so you are speaking to us.
Okay,
please
no
proceed,
problem.
Sir.
I'm not a crybaby, nor am I a fussabox, because we are feeling good, we are feeling confident about tomorrow. But I'm glad, in fact, Mr. Upadhyay, that you gave me a chance and then you lost me, and then the BJP spokesperson spoke. What did I speak about? I was telling you about jobs, health, education, health card, MSME and all that. And what was the BJP spokesperson telling you about? He's back to religion. When nothing works during an election, you'll go back to Pakistan. You'll go back to all these issues. Have you heard? Let me say this. This is the most polarized, the most divisive election ever fought. It's completely communal. And in fact, the kind of comments made by the BJP candidate in Nandigram, please go through as an independent channel and a journalist, you go through those comments. They are insane. And what is the Election Commission doing? The Election Commission must take note. They must take note of this. You're making the way he's said it. And the BJP is famous for doing big talk. Let me tell you, there is no prize for coming second in Nandigram. There is no prize for reducing the margin by 10,000 in Nandigram. Because tomorrow evening, after this terrible, dirty communal campaign, the Home Minister of this country will go out tomorrow and make another prediction that he's winning 30 out of 30 and 40 out of 40. You know, so it's all big talk. The Nandigram movement doesn't start during this election. Everybody should read the history of Nandigram. 14th of March 2007 and what happened before that. What was Mamata Banerjee's role? What happened in Nandigram? Everyone now, one new kid, one traitor wants to now reinvent his political career. That's why he's playing this dirty politics. But I think this is a much bigger election in Nandigram.
Okay.
It's a much bigger election. It's not a manifesto election. It's not between the BJP manifesto and the Trinamool manifesto. It is between the Constitution of India on one side and the BJP manifesto on other side. And the way the Constitution of India is framed, that's the way eventually the people of Nandigram and Bengal will vote. And one more thing.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I just want to make one more point. Please allow me to make one more point. We want a free, fair election because we are already, when it comes to the timing of the election, it's eight weeks. How many phases? You know how many phases? How much money? Everything.
Yeah.
So to use the cliche, you know, it's like going to a cricket match. The umpires are yours, the bat is yours, the ball is yours, the wicket is yours, everything is yours. But we have one lady in a wheelchair who believes that she's delivered in the last 10 years, and Mamata and Modi and Shah have not delivered on their promises. They sell fake promises. That's what we're going to decide in the election tomorrow.
Sure. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Derek O'Brien. Now, let's quickly go back to Mr. Chandra Bose. You heard Derek O'Brien, Mr. Bose. He says that it's your political party which has brought in religion during the course of the electioneering process because you have nothing better to do. It's, you know, almost like a strategy of the Bharatiya Janata Party. I mean, leaders that were up until now with the TMC have now shifted to the BJP and suddenly they have started talking about Hindus and Muslims and this being the biggest cause of worry among the people.
Where is the question of bringing in religion? We have offered good governance to Bengal. We have offered law and order and peace to Bengal. Where is the question? We have not invoked the Gotra. How does the Gotra come into politics? Today, the Honorable Chief Minister, she has invoked that she is a Hindu. Who is doubting? No one is doubting that she is a Hindu. And no one really is interested to know what Gotra she has. We are interested what kind of governance she has done over the last 10 years. And the people would answer.
No, but then you tell me that this is you know, to play devil's advocate, will this not, Mr. Bose, appear to be a case where you will continuously be speaking in one line, targeting her for Muslim appeasement, and then when she tries around or when she tries hard to show that she believes in all religions, and through the course of this exercise, for political motive, let me add that also, for political motive, does mention her Gotra, reads chants some shlokas, then you call this, you know, an unnecessary exercise.
See, the point is the people of Bengal feel that she has done appeasement of a certain community. We have no objection if she worked for the development of the minority community. No development has taken place on the ground. just by giving some allowance to the imams does not really develop and improve the community. So that is the point. We believe in equality. We are going to work for the minority community, but for their development and not just simply doing
No, but how?
appeasement
How
by
are
giving
you going to
allowance.
work for the minority, Mr. Bose, with comments that are being made that Pakistan will be happy, almost implying that the minority, 30, 70, these are not words or deeds that talk of harmony. And that's really the problem. Are we
See,
about to witness a situation where there will be strong arm tactics or strong words used against members of the minority community, thus perhaps giving them a sense that they are being persecuted? I guess the jury will be out on the 2nd of May. But Mr. Bose, thank you very much. We're running out of time.
Let me finish. We
Very
believe
quickly,
in
please.
sabke
10
saath,
seconds.
sabke vikas and sabke saath, sabke vishwas. That is what our leader
Okay.
Narendra Modi believes. What others in BJP is saying, that is irrelevant.
Which is,
So
the identical same thing was said by Mamta Banerjee also in Singur, because I was there, so I was witness to it. But thank you very much, Mr. Bose. May the party which manages to convince people win. But this is one battleground, Nandigram, which will go to polls tomorrow. But what about the other battleground of Shingur, where a political movement was launched by the Trinamool Congress, which catapulted them to power? What is on Singur's mind? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to our election yatra in West Bengal, where we are crisscrossing the state to get you the reports on what the people feel. Now, there were two places which propelled or catapulted the Trinamool Congress to power in the state of West Bengal. One place was Nandigram, which is going to polls on the 1st of April. You know about the dynamics. It has been spoken about a lot. The other place has a lot to do with the land, which is right behind me. This entire area is around 900 odd acres. Now, if you recall, this is the exact same place where a certain car factory was supposed to come up. Yes, we are talking about the Tata Nano plant. This land was allotted by the previous CPM government in Shingur to the Tata Nano factory for the construction for building their car, and thus it led to an agitation where Mamta Banerjee, she camped here along with her men and all the protesters, started a land agitation supported by the locals here, who felt that if there will be a factory here, in the manner in which this land was acquired, they will become landless. They will have nowhere to go. And what will happen to them? Finally, they won. The factory never existed, but even now, if you ask anyone over here, this piece of land, massive piece of land right here, is still known as the Tata Nano factory. On the highway, all you have to do is just say Tata Nano factory jana, and they will point you towards this land. What exactly has happened in Shingur post that agitation? Has Mamta Banerjee been able to deliver on promises? Number one, defend people's honor. She said there's a fight for an honor. You can't just acquire people's land, they'll become landless. Where will they go? How will they earn their livelihood? So to that extent, yes, she was rewarded politically in power for 10 years. But then after that, for the past 10 years, what has she done? Or is the story of Shingur pretty much like this empty land, where a lot was promised, but very little can be seen? We are going to decode the Shingur story by speaking to the people and also narrating and telling you the story of the politics right here. In many ways, it is slightly similar yet different than Nandigram. For instance, in Nandigram also, it is a former TMC person against Mamta Banerjee, Shubhendu Adhikari versus Mamta Banerjee, so she's contesting from there. In Shingur also, a trusted aide of Mamta Banerjee, Mr. Rabindranath Bhattacharya, 88 years old, is pitted against a certain Mr. Manna, who were both with Mamta Banerjee in the Shingur agitation. What do people think about these two candidates? About Mr. Bhattacharya, about the Bharatiya Janata Party's prospects. And what does Shingur hope this election? The other battleground, apart from Nandigram, is Shingur. We'll get you a comprehensive story as we go along. यहाँ पर सिंगूर में यहीं पर टाटा का फैक्ट्री आना था, अब वो फैक्ट्री तो आया नहीं, किसानों का आंदोलन हो गया। आपको क्या लगता है चुनाव में इस बार किसकी हवा ज्यादा है?
एक्चुअली देखा जाए तो सिंगूर में तो तृणमूल का आएगा।
तृणमूल आएगा, हाँ? और जो रविंद्रनाथ दादा हैं, रविंद्रनाथ भट्टाचार्य, वो तो बीजेपी चले गए, वो कह रहे हैं मैं बदला लूंगा।
भरोसा खो चुका है वो।
अच्छा,
काल तक जिनने बोला है बीजेपी खराब है,
हाँ।
ये है वो है, वो आज कैसे बोल रहा है कि बीजेपी ठीक है?
हाँ।
गलत है ना ये।
तो आप कह रहे हैं वो भरोसा खो चुके हैं?
जरूर, आप खुद सोचिए ना। काल तक जिसने बोला है ये काला है,
हाँ।
आज कैसे वो दूध जैसा सफेद हो गया है?
हाँ। हाँ।
वो फिर अपना कुछ खुद का कुछ होगा उसमें वो,
हाँ।
तभी वो कह रहा है ऐसे।
अच्छा, ये बताइए कि अब ये फैक्ट्री तो आई नहीं, लेकिन रोजगार के लिए, नौकरी के लिए और क्या क्या यहाँ पर हुआ? वो भी तो नहीं हुआ।
नहीं, यहाँ पर नहीं हुआ, लेकिन पूरा इंडिया में कहाँ हुआ ये तो देखना होगा ना। सिर्फ इसको दिखाने से कुछ नहीं बनेगा बात।
हाँ।
पूरा इंडिया का हालत देखिए आप।
हाँ।
कुछ हुआ है?
हाँ।
अब सिंगूर को छोड़ दीजिए,
हाँ।
और भी स्टेट का, वेस्ट बंगाल का और भी जिला है,
हाँ।
वहाँ क्या हुआ है?
Stage is set right here in Shingur as well, the other battleground as far as Mamata Banerjee is concerned. We are at one of the rally spots right here. You can see that people have now started trickling in. The stage is set because she is on a wheelchair. That's why a ramp has been put up so that she can go onto the stage. She's going to address the gathering here. Remember, in more ways than one, the situation in Shingur is a lot like Nandigram, where her former aide has now turned into her rival. Over here, it's Ravindranath Bhattacharya, at the age of 88, is proving to be the challenger. He has joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. The big challenge for Mamata Banerjee, as well as her present-day trusted aides, will be to convince people that it's not Mr. Bhattacharya, but her face and her political party, which still has enough political currency to win not just Nandigram, but also Shingur. बेचाराम मन्ना जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आप उम्मीदवार हैं तृणमूल कांग्रेस की तरफ से, लेकिन आपसे पहले जो यहाँ के उम्मीदवार, जो पार्टी के चेहरे थे, रविंद्रनाथ भट्टाचार्य, अब वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी में चले गए। उन्होंने कहा है कि तृणमूल कांग्रेस ने धोखा दिया है उनको और वो ठगे हुए महसूस करते हैं। तो आपको लगता है कि ये सिंगूर के लोग भी उन्हीं की तरह सोचेंगे?
देखियो, सिंगूर का जो पब्लिक है ये अच्छा आंख से नहीं देता है। ये रविंद्र बाबू जो किया है, ये पब्लिक को धोखा दिया है और दल को धोखा दिया है।
So after her rally in Shingur, Mamata Banerjee is taking off to go for another sabha. It'll be very interesting to see whether the fact that she has been mentioning Shingur and Nandigram interchangeably, in fact has been mentioning them in the same breath, Shingur, Nandigram together, will it also take off or give flight to her ambitions, political ambitions, 10 years into her rule, just like her chopper is flying high as of this moment. So that's going to be very, very crucial as of this moment.